just for me. Probably what I'm doing. Every day in the studio. Every day in the studio. Every day no fully shit. In the streets with the Yeezys on. In the streets with the hoodie up. In the streets gotta
play
No
games. It's the Play No Games podcast, and we have a special guest. You know, hot from a new album, the Barker 6. We have Cardi.
Yep, Cardi girl.
Cardi, do you have anything to say for the Play No Games podcast?
Not yet. She's just super excited to be here.
Okay.
And she has on her very cute fleece winter edition. She gets cold out there.
It definitely
and she
be
likes
like
to wear it in the house. She loves it.
How old is Cardi?
She's 10 weeks.
Oh.
Aww.
Yep.
Oop.
And she's a full pit bull with blue eyes and a red nose. And just the cutest little thing that the world ever did see.
All right. Well, while we're getting things set, does Cardi would she like to, take a vacation?
Yeah, she would love to take a vacation. You're going back to prison.
It's unfortunate they are locking niggas up every day. It's true. Hopefully Joe Biden can rescue them because he already rescued Lil Wayne and Kodak Black.
Speaking of Joe Biden,
I taught her to do some tricks. I taught her to roll over.
There you go.
So I'm going to give her a treat.
All right.
So she can...
Speaking of Joe Biden, he's accountable for 2,000 COVID deaths today. So do better, Joe.
Wow. We're starting off hot.
Hey, I'm just keeping the same energy.
Wow.
We have been.
I thought you would come for, what's our governor's name? Kate Brown?
Brown?
I thought you would come for Kate Brown first. But Joe Biden, all right.
All
Sleepy
of them.
Joe.
They're all crooks.
Well, the show is really kicking off. we got dogs, we got politics. Hey, wow. And now we have our very special guest.
Absolutely.
Yes.
A real rags to riches story. She's seen me.
Oh, I was like, me? I was like, no.
No, she.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
She's seen me at my worst, and she is definitely seen me at my best.
I have.
This is a great friend, family friend.
Yeah.
She's seen little Robert. She's
Little
seen
Robert.
little chunky obese Robert, and she's seen fine and sexy Robert.
How
So-
old were you when I first met you? 10? No.
Probably.
Yeah, I think you were 10 years old.
Yeah, I would say A-cupper.
Did you guys go to like middle school together?
No, he's just a family friend.
Oh, family friend? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
But I think since he was 10 years old.
There you go.
Yeah, but
It's crazy.
I know. With all that being said, thinking about people coming to the show to advance like solutions. We always talk about solutions and dating and mental health because we want to move forward. I couldn't believe I didn't think about having her on sooner because she's very progressive with her thoughts, and let's just say she thinks differently, and I like it.
I'm an unorthodox
Oh.
thinker.
She is.
There you go.
And what has that landed you? That's landed you as a 3D, and I'm definitely getting this wrong, 3D designer.
Yeah, 3D designer for footwear.
Mm-hmm.
At Nike.
There you go. Yeah.
At Nike. I have been there for 7 years. And I got into 3D footwear design originally because I've always been creative and I've always loved computers. When I was younger, I used to code HTML back when they had Black Planet and you remember Black Planet? So you could create your own your page. And so I used to add marquees and I would have mine. It was looking right. And then after that, I've always been really artistic. I like to draw. So originally, I thought, well, how can I make money with drawing? That's probably not going to happen. So I was like, well, what else am I passionate about? And I'm really passionate about sport, being athletic, and just being physically fit. So I was like, maybe I can go into physical therapy. Unfortunately, I stink at chemistry. I stink at math. And, those are requirements for becoming a physical therapist. And so my dad was like, you know what? He was like, you're wasting a lot of my money on these college courses and you suck. So why don't you just do something that you're good at? And I was like, well, I'm good at being artistic, creative. He's like, okay, well, just do that. and see what happens. So I knew that the market was like flooded with graphic designers.
Yeah.
70% of the population goes to college, and then a lot of them there's not enough jobs for the for the amount of people that are graduating. So most of them work at Starbucks, or they're doing something they don't really like. So I was like, either I can go into graphic design and be with the rest of the fish in the sea, or I can do something more specialized, and maybe it won't be as much of a demand, but at least I'm not competing with like thousands. I'm just competing with 10, which is better odds to me. So I went to the Art Institute of Portland for 3D design, and I got my bachelor's degree in science. And my first job, actually, I landed it at Adidas.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I started my 3D journey. So they called the school, and they were demanding 3D designers. And I didn't even have to apply. They called the career services, and they were like, hey, do you have any recent grads? So they sent my portfolio, my online portfolio, my resume, and then I was hired. So that's really what got my foot in the door to work at Nike. And when I started working there, I went through a creative staffing agency. But because I had already worked at Adidas, it was like, a no-brainer. Okay, she already has footwear industry experience. She's in. So that's where my journey started. I was originally a contract employee, and then I became full-time, and I've been there ever since. So
Nice.
That, in a nutshell, is my career professional history of why I started, where I started, what I really am passionate about, and then where that ended up leading me. But I think the Cardi, I know, prison is
Prison
the
reform.
worst. I'm so sorry. I know.
If you need to get Cardi, it's totally fine. We are very unscripted.
Girl, just chill out. Okay, we'll see how long that lasts.
All right.
Let me speed this up.
No
in a
worries.
nutshell, I think the most important thing to really, if you want to work at Nike, or if you want to work at a leading 500 Fortune company, is you really have to know what you're passionate about, and you have to take calculated risks. You have to really sell yourself and figure out how you can add value by being authentically you. So I knew that, okay, I love being artistic, but what's going to, be more prominent in the future? It's not going to be 2D anymore. It's going to be 3D.
Yeah.
Everything's being digitized. So had I went to college for graphic design, who knows? I would be competing with a whole bunch of footwear designers, sneakerheads, everyone.
Yeah.
So I think you have to find out what you're passionate about, and then make sure that you elevate it. Be ready before you need to be, before you rise to the occasion, just be there already.
Yeah.
So prep work.
There you go.
So
Okay.
so that's what I think is really great advice is, know what you want to do. And I always knew for years that I was like, I'm going to work at a, athletic company or a footwear company. I knew, even before I knew where I was going to work, right when I entered college, I was like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
So I think that also just that manifestation of making sure your thoughts align with like your action, and vice versa, it really helps just perpetuate, your journey, so you can get to what you want quicker. But it's not going to come to you. You literally have to go out and get it. Like, I had to go to school. I had to study. It was hard. I didn't have summer breaks. The Art Institute, you get no summer breaks. There's no holidays. You just go to school, accelerated program, 3 years straight, but it's like it's a 4-year program crammed in 3 years. So it took a lot of dedication, and I even quit like my part-time job just to work. But it paid off. So not for student loans though. My goodness. Those things will kill you.
Are you still dealing with those?
They're there, but whatever.
There you
COVID. No one's collecting.
Now that is true.
So I mean, they're there, but
Thanks, Joe Biden.
they've decided that you don't have to pay them right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say what's on everybody's mind.
What?
Okay? Because as soon as someone says Nike, they're like, "Can I get an employee store pass?" How annoying is that?
It's expected. I think you just know.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't tell people what I do because as soon as I tell them, they get like this twinkle in their eye. It's like Christmas.
Yeah.
So I try to just play it cool. You know, to me, it's a job.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to put my money back into the company. I think the company is amazing. I love their apparel. I love their footwear. You know, I love being a part of the brand. But for me, that's how that's my bread and butter. That's how I survive. You know, that's how I buy the things that other things that I enjoy. So it does sometimes it can be annoying, but I understand. And if I can help, people get shoes or clothes or merch, no skin off my back, pay, go ahead and buy whatever you want. Like, what is it? It's not hurting me.
Yeah.
It doesn't take anything away from me. So I actually have learned to just live with it. And I don't really get annoyed anymore. I'm just, why? Because we're in Portland. This Nike's the best thing to come out of Portland ever.
You hear that, Nike?
Yeah.
Best thing.
So if I can help my community, the people, I was born and raised here, then I will.
Of course.
All right.
To the best of my ability. But if you cross me or if, then sorry, go find the other 8,000. Yeah, there's plenty of people out there that work at Nike. You can find another one.
There you go.
I'm not the only fish in the sea. So, yeah, there's boundaries.
There you go.
right.
There you go. And then in terms of, kind of where you're at now and looking forward, kind of in 5 to 10 years-ish, is your goal just to move up the ladder at Nike or kind of branch off and maybe do your own thing? Because I've known a lot of people that work at Nike that love it. They do it for, 10, 15 plus years, and then eventually they just, like, take the skills they've learned and kind of just get into, like, consulting or doing other type of stuff like that.
I don't know about 10 to 15 years, but one of my goals is I want to have a TED Talk special where I have a series.
Okay.
I don't know what exactly it's going to be about, but I think that it will definitely have to do with the industry I'm in. So that's something that is a goal, and that's where I envision myself in the near future.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to have I don't want to just be, special guest Desi. No, I want to have, Desi's series special TED Talks.
There you go.
So I'm not messing around.
Oh, well, I'm glad to have you first.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, that's one goal. And it's going to have to do with, who I am as a person, the industry I'm in. It will have to do with technology and how you combine that with, like, the human experience. Because we're, everything's accelerating. There's a lot of AI, technology is advancing. In my own, my career, I'm in 3D.
Yeah.
So you always have to be on the up and up with what's the next, big thing as far as from a technological standpoint. So I think I'm going to try to bridge those two because sometimes when you move really quickly in a digital way, you lose sight of what it is to be human. And I think it's really important that we make sure those are always aligned. It's best to our ability. So there you go. That would be the intro to the TED Talk.
Okay.
Now, I know fashion just from, like, Cas definitely knows things like brand names, and he can sniff those things out.
There.
I'm gonna leave, like, some of the shoe questions to him.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask you straight up because you talked about sports, and I definitely don't want to gloss over that. So, is there an athlete that has inspired you? Because we all know Kevin Durant's the greatest basketball player of all time.
Perhaps, according to some.
According to the
According
facts.
to many, yes.
But it's almost kind of like, for me, Kevin Durant, the Williams sisters, other people have inspired me to do great things and be great in sports-wise. I'm curious, is there any sports figures that have inspired you or to this day?
I know this is going to sound, take it how you want, but I really, I love Steph Curry. Love him.
Okay.
Love
too.
him. I feel like he's not an alien because all these elite athletes, they're literally like
Freaks of nature.
Yeah, freaks of nature.
Yeah.
They came from another planet, and they're all now playing on a small, polished court.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see it.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's an alien.
Okay.
I think he's inspiring because he's not with the biggest brand, and he's not the biggest player, and there's nothing really physically, from an athletic standpoint where it's like, oh, wow, you know, he's dominating because of his size or because of this, or he has a long reach. He's just a very just amazing player.
Yeah.
And I think that the reason I'm inspired by that is because it doesn't take, you know, you don't have to be something special to project greatness. And I think that's why I really am, you know, inspired by him, because to me, he just looks like a regular person you would see walking by you on the street.
Mordell.
Yeah, seriously. And he's out here shooting from the half-court line,
Yeah.
blindfolded,
Yeah.
just for fun.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's great to see Under Armour give him his own brand
yeah,
now as well.
Yeah, exactly. He has his own brand. So, you know, he's really made his own way. And he's changed the game of basketball, you know, completely to where that's what, you know, that's like he's transcended the game.
You'd say he's a little more influential than like a Kevin Durant, for example.
Kevin Durant is a freaking tarantula. I know he doesn't like that name, but he's...
We need you. Come to Golden State. Okay, Curry, you sure you're crying? Oh, that's Draymond. That's crying. Okay, see you in the Hamptons.
I'm just saying in terms of impact on the game.
I was just saying
there's a reason all kids just shoot threes now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll give you that.
He transcended
Kevin
the
Durant
game.
is just a modern Tony Kukoc.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I said
That's
that.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
See, I was just trying to speak only.
You know what?
And
Not
I only
fair.
I have to do this
I'm
stuff
not in it
because
now. This is you two.
because Robert always starts it. I have to end it.
You know what? Because we have to have manners. We have a guest.
Yeah. No.
We won't
You don't
get
have
into-
to have, you know, manners. You can just be yourselves.
We can be-
I'm not going to judge you.
We can be ratchet.
Yeah, be ratchy. Do what you need to do.
All right, Costa, you got some fashion stuff? Because I know y'all were talking about that before.
Yeah. I don't know how much you can say because you know your position right now at Nike,
Keep
and
it tight,
I
keep
don't
it tight.
I don't want to get you in trouble in
Keep it
any way
tight,
possible.
keep it tight.
Uh-huh.
But just like, you know, working in Nike running, if there's
Yeah.
anything, you know, you've worked on in the past that you think is really cool, whether that's like actually that's come out to the to the consumer, or if it's like the technology you talked about earlier, that maybe if you could maybe speak a little bit on that, like how technology is kind of changing your job currently. Whatever you can speak on that again.
I cannot.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's totally fine.
We're going to say...
But I work on some very innovative products, and
Are robots building these?
Huh?
Are robots building the shoes now?
No. You're just looking at her. People are making this product, but I will say we always are working on like new creation, concepting, and we work really well. Like everyone works as a team, so it's very collaborative. It's not just it's not just one person. You know, there's a lot of hands, a lot of chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, but definitely we're very innovative, and that's one of the type of work that I like is always new. What have we never done before? How can we expand on that? How can we make it, you know, into a reality? So that's what I do is I take things that are in your head or on paper, and I turn it into an actual manufacturable product.
Yeah.
That, you know, people can see, they can touch, they can feel. So for me, without saying too much, I would say you'll see it come out, I mean, a couple years from now, but, or, you know, year. But it's always very innovative, and running especially is, you know, one
It's
of
Nike's
the...
bread and butter. Yeah.
Exactly, so.
So, I just want to say, from our Nike partners to you, you've passed the test. I actually work for Nike, and we were testing you with this podcast.
You're not fired.
Exactly.
Thank
Congratulations.
You wouldn't give away the secrets. Thank you.
No. But I can hold water, so.
There you go.
Actually, yeah. You know, I'll even throw, you know, I'm curious because I'm not a shoe head. I just go off things that look nice. I would say my favorite Nike shoes or Jordan brand shoes or anything like that have to be the Flu Games, the French Blues, and then the Gamma Blues.
Okay.
And I was just curious, as a 3D designer, do you have a favorite shoe that, you know, it's already been produced, that's your go-to shoe that you
yeah, that's a good
that
question.
you love to
Yeah.
design? And, you know, I'm assuming that someone says, hey, Desi, look at this.
I would say I really like the old school Vomeros. I don't know if you've seen. They look kind of like stepdad shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see them there, but they have really cool colors now.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone looks them up, look up the Vomero. But it's the old school, so the classics, the heritage models.
Okay.
Those are like shoes that I really like wearing now, and that would be in the running category.
Okay.
But my favorite shoe is the Jordan Bred 13s. My foot is really narrow, and those shoes fit me without, sometimes Jordans could be a little uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. But those 13s, my foot feels fantastic in them, and they're, they're super narrow.
You're a size 13?
No, the Jordan 13s.
Oh, I was about to say.
The number 13. No, of course
we're
not.
the same foot.
No, absolutely not.
That's funny.
I thought I was
The
like,
Jordan, the number 13.
I was like, damn, girl.
No.
I was like, when you train?
No way. I am like proportional. Tell you that right now. Everything on me is proportional, including my feet. Lord, that would be so unfortunate. Would you rather have, would you date a girl with size 13 feet? Wait, if she were my height. So it's my height, and they wear a size 13. But whatever your, if your fantasy, whatever your fantasy is for your girl.
I'm not a foot guy, so.
I am a foot guy.
Wow.
But wait, whoa, not foot length. Proportions right. I'll just say this. I
didn't know we were going there, but proceed.
We're going there. I'm just saying, hey, I'm a dude. Nice toes is a good thing.
Okay.
Like, you
but
lay
not
with
size
them.
13.
But my thing is, if it's like, I could
She
talk
can pull
to
it off?
someone. We're not going there. I would talk to a chick if she had size 13 feet and the foot was nice. But if it was bad,
If
then
it
no.
looked like,
I don't know.
what is called? What are those feet called? Shrimp cocktails, when they're just
And they
like
look
little
like
claws,
Cardi's
like
claws.
talons. Yeah.
Like Kevin Durant's feet.
Oh, I
LeBron
heard his
James
look bad.
His bad.
Most
They're just
athletic, his look like he could. What is that? A kangaroo? Is that
Yeah,
what it does?
literally like
Yeah.
a kangaroo.
Like a kangaroo. I love kangaroos, by the way.
Why
I'm
is this
sorry.
slander? Baby, who the
whatever.
heck?
I know.
No,
Why?
no.
We were. This isn't slander. This is actual fact.
Facts.
His foot
Exactly. Thank you,
is.
Desi. Yeah.
It looks like a kangaroo foot. If you put them
Okay,
side by
we'll talk-
side.
Let's talk facts. Blazers will never win a championship
Okay,
in our
he
lifetime.
always takes us here. We don't need this.
I mean, he might not
The
be
biggest
wrong.
reason I probably wouldn't take a girl with a size 13 foot would be mainly because I'd be terrified to see what that looks like in the heel.
Oh, she probably wouldn't wear heels.
No, she probably wouldn't.
And that would be a deal breaker for me.
I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
definitely like
right.
heels are cool.
I've had a long day. I'm not gonna cap. If a chick's not wearing heels with me, that's a deal breaker for me. She's got.
Misogyny.
I'm sorry.
You don't like a girl. I mean, you like for women to wear
prefer-
heels.
Yeah, I
They're
prefer.
death traps. Mind you,
I prefer.
I enjoy them.
That's a torn Achilles. Waiting
But
to
yeah,
happen.
I know when I ran track, they literally were like, "Don't wear heels because it shortens your Achilles tendon."
Mm-hmm.
So, proven. Physically, it's not good for business,
Yeah,
but they
for
are
business.
very cute. I will tell you that. I
Yes.
like acrylics. I like Vince, not Vince Camuto. Vince with the little period.
Where's this going?
Those heels, because those are heels. Those death traps are comfortable. You can wear those
Oh, yeah.
all day, and they're made really well. It's made by some Italian guy in a little cobbling shop.
Yeah.
Like, that's
That
the
smokes
kind
50 packs a
of,
day.
Yeah, that's the kind of
Yeah.
heels I like.
I'm going to hell. I don't know why I thought it was a sweatshop.
It's not. He
No,
he's
he's
know,
just
cobbling.
old like
I-
Italian dude, just
Yeah.
I
in the
thought
cobbler.
it was a sweatshop, and I was like, this
Yeah.
is the wrong place. That's like wrong country.
That's funny.
Well, you know what? This takes actually before we go down the dating tube. Me and you had a very dope conversation that I would want to recreate and bring you into this because we always talk about this. We talk about energy and literally. You have very pure, genuine energy, and like I love that. And we talked about protecting energy, and I
Yeah.
really wish when we were talking that I could have taken a snapshot of what some of the things that you were saying, and just to preface this whole conversation
Yeah,
is
you should. I was like,
I'm definitely
no,
gonna preference it.
yeah, go ahead.
I would just want to ask you for
remember.
people because we talk about solutions. Now, in this world, there's a lot of things going on. You know, people on different sides about. Let's just say
Conservative, liberal,
social issues, things like
anti
that.
this versus something else that, I don't
Exactly.
know. I
So
could
my thing
come up
is-
with many.
So my thing is to you is how do you keep your autonomy when it comes to protecting your energy from other people who are not trying to have civilized conversations? How do you deal with that?
I stay grounded and practice neutrality. Is that the term? So I always like to remain neutral and grounded in the chaos. The reason I say that is because if, let's say you go into some, water, and it's really, there's rapids and there's splashing, you can't really see anything because, the water's, it's, whatever, water's doing turbulent. But when the water is calm and it's still, you can see things, the dust settles and it's clear.
Yeah.
So that's how I treat myself when you're faced with like chaos or you're faced with opposing opinions. It's best to not take a stand from with your emotions. It's best to just observe and sit back and be neutral, because then you'll find your center, and you'll remain grounded for the dust to settle, and then you can make a rational decision, or then you can look into things. And I also feel like it's totally acceptable to say, hey, I don't have enough evidence about that to have an opinion, because most of us don't, and that's okay. It's when people get their feelings involved and then they pose it as fact. Whose fact is that?
Yeah.
Is that a fact, or is that your fact? So I think staying really grounded and centered is the best way to it's still a point of view, but who's to say why does there have to be this point or that point? Why is everything so black and white? That's not life. That's not even how human beings are. Every day we're different. Our heart doesn't even beat at a consistent rate. It fluctuates. 1 minute you could be having a great day, and then 5 minutes later you could be feeling really crappy about yourself or whatever. Maybe you're hungry. So just in life, we're so up and down, and we don't have the same experience at all, day to day, hour to hour. So why would you be so extreme on, things you think you believe in? And do you really believe in those things, or did someone tell you to believe in those things so you just do? So it, also staying grounded helps you find yourself. Like, what do you actually believe in? What is your moral compass? Where is it going? And then do whatever you need to do. But I try to just have an opinion when, say things here and there. But if someone doesn't agree with me, oh, well, you have every right to not agree. I'm not going to fight you on it. And if you want to make change, go fill out a petition. Go take action. Don't argue with me. Because I'm not going to be able to change your mind. You're not going to be able to change my mind. That's not the point. We're just supposed to have the conversation, be open, be as honest as we can, but don't be disrespectful to other people's points of view, because then how are you learning anything? So I hope that answers your question.
No, that definitely does.
That's how you protect your energy. In a nutshell is, protect your energy by staying grounded and neutral. In situations that can become very volatile very quickly. Yeah. Especially when you feel like I'm passionate about this. I have to say something. It takes more discipline not to.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes that's the best move.
1,000%.
But you can still feel how you feel, and maybe that person's lying, right? Maybe they don't know what they're talking about. They're an idiot. Okay, if they know they're lying and you know they're lying, then that's all that matters.
And that's literally one of the most toughest things to do, where it's kind of like, when you're talking, to bring like some therapy to it. And I also want to get your opinions on this, Cas, too, as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to have conversations like this with other people, because people don't see me and you disagree all the time. But Cas really close to this guy. I can talk to him about almost anything. But what really comes up for me to add some like therapy to it is, I'm probably butchering it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, future Robert. This has been a long day, but when
See?
but it's like it's in therapy. It's the delectable. It's called your rational mind and your emotional, irrational mind. No, rational mind and emotional mind. And like in the middle is like you try to live in the middle. I think it's called delectable. Please fact check me. But it's almost kind of like having, all right, rational mind. Yeah. All right. I'm available to have this conversation with someone who's difficult. They're making this conversation difficult. Or I'm in my emotional mind where I'm being more reactive and I'm just going to respond to this person just because they have hurt or struck a feeling chord. And I think we need to, strive to live in the middle. And so that's really came up for me a lot. So in so many ways, it's like you're speaking great therapy and you don't even know.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
You didn't know. I was like, oh, okay, I'm back at school. Like, Literally.
I'm a therapist for humanity then.
Oh.
Hey.
So, Kos, what do you think about? How do you protect your energy, man?
No, I think it's very similar to that. I mean, I could use another analogy, but it'd be the same thing. Like, don't fight fire with fire.
Just be still.
An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. That type of stuff. But yeah, no, I definitely think it's important, especially as you mature, to realize like it takes more maturity just to like kind of shut up.
Yeah,
And not like necessarily like
I'm
shut
still
up, but like
working on that, for
but just
sure.
like not reacting in the moment,
Mm.
sitting, waiting, and then when it's time, making your point. But yeah, absolutely.
It's hard. I mean, I don't think I do a good job every day. I need lots of improvements, but I recognize and I'm aware that that's what I need to do. I think some people aren't even aware that, hey, do I know what I'm talking about? Like, do you ever ask yourself questions like, hey, why do you feel so strongly about this?
Yeah.
Well, like, when you don't know, just talk to yourself or ask yourself questions, because talking to other people, honestly, it just, it's exhausting.
I say it's who you're talking with, because I can have
Energy suckers, vampires.
They vamp
They
in.
creep out. Yeah, little vampires. They'll creep out and they'll suck you dry. And it's the slow ones too. It's those ones that feed on you. So those slow
Wait,
energy
are they
vampires.
leeches or vampires?
All in the same. I think
All in the
leeches and
same.
vampires hang out. I'm
Wow.
sure they hang out in the same area. But yeah, no, it's like people gradually do it. They can chip away at you. They can chip away at your confidence. Or
And what do you think makes them do that? Is it jealousy? Is
Ooh.
it boredom?
I think that we all have damages, maybe from before we can remember, and we don't know what to do with them. So sometimes people bury them. Other times, everyone has different responses to these traumas, and they're in the background. So how do you might even know what's happening. So I don't think it's because people are jealous. I think it's because they don't know how to love that part of themselves, and they see that part in someone else, and maybe it aggravates them, to a point where I feel like everyone's just a mirror, of me, and different people are different versions of things maybe I need to work on or develop. So if you take every opportunity as, well, maybe I can learn from this person. Even if even if you don't agree with them, what can I pull from this person to help me so that I'm not such a dick?
Well, I'm gonna be a
Basically.
villain. And I say some people just do it for entertainment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
That's
and-
true, actually. I forgot about those people.
and
The trolls.
I will say this, because
know why.
I will say this. I'm very empathetic of people, and that's their only mode through a trauma, right? But then it comes a point in time where those people have to be responsible. Where I'm setting this boundary, and the reason why this is not gonna happen is because I'm setting this boundary. And one thing that I've been seeing a lot with mental health as well is people using that as an excuse for their behaviors. And
What? What? Using what? Being rude?
Yeah.
Oh, for entertainment?
Yeah, for using that. And my thing is, I think there's has to be a time where we have to call that out, where you can be hey, that's not okay.
Oh, I do that.
Oh no, that's
Oh yeah, I just that's not cool, and then goodbye for life.
yeah, not
or-
it's just adding layers to the conversation, because I definitely that's a new level to it, because we're trying to be very purposeful when someone says I'm depressed or I'm having these symptoms, right? But there still comes a point in time where I'm like, okay, I know that this happened, but you just said a joke to me that was kind of hurtful. But if I say something to you, you're gonna say that there's other exactly.
Oh, they're gonna project
Exactly.
Oh, it's not
it's me.
it's you.
Woe is me type of thing, where I'm kind of like, well, so you're gonna use it as your shield every time I want to, come at. So my thing is, as us being good human people.
Well, empathy was the key word.
Oh,
Empathy, not sympathy, not to be confused with sympathy.
would you like to educate us?
I don't know if I can put it into words, but I know that, oh God, put me on the spot. Empathy is, I just know I have it. Sympathy is when you feel bad for someone, but you're not walking in their shoes, you're not putting yourself in their shoes. Is that I
Okay.
feel bad for that person who's wearing no shoes, but I got my Louis on. Is that what sympathy is, kind of?
I
don't
think so. I think
I
you're
butchered
along
it.
the
Someone
way.
else help.
Yeah.
Lifeline. Robert? No, you can't cheat.
Hey, look, it's been
You
a long
can't
day.
cheat.
This has been a long day.
I wish I could have done that.
Oh, you can. This is all facts, no feelings. I'm just playing. That's a
Oh my
different show.
god.
Oh, he probably sees that.
Oh, okay.
It's like clockwork.
I was like,
Because I want to make sure, because one, I've been doing a lot of research on being a better person. I want to make sure that I'm saying these things correctly. That's why I'm double checking.
Oh, go ahead,
things up.
yeah.
Because, people are listening and I don't want to misinform people. So, when we say sympathy, it's feelings of pity or sorrow for someone else's misfortune. You were
I was
you were
close,
pretty much on
but
it.
I've still got my Louis on.
Mm-hmm. Damn right.
Absolutely.
And
Got my little
empathy.
Gucci belt.
And I want to say empathy is more on, like, the emotional level, being, like, emphasizing and being empathetic of, like, how someone may be feeling.
Yeah.
So let me just read this so I'm reading this correctly. Empathy, emotion researchers generally define empathy as the ability to sense other people's emotions coupled with the ability to imagine how someone else might be thinking
Walking
or
in
feeling.
their shoes.
There you go.
So you were definitely on the right. You were definitely on
I
the
was
right.
right. to
Yeah.
say
Definitely
it.
right.
Absolutely.
Definitely right.
Yay,
I just
I love
wanted
it.
to make sure that as the professional, I was co-signing as something that's right because it's something I'm learning. If I'm putting my professional hat on, I have to make sure I'm saying.
Of course.
That's right. Empaths. You feel what other people feel. And empathy, sometimes I'll feel something, but it's not my feelings. It's maybe the environment around me, how other people are feeling. But then because you're empathetic, it's like you pick up, you're like a little sponge. So you absorb sometimes other people. That's why it's really important to protect your energy so that other people's bullcrap, isn't a dumping ground for you.
Mm-hmm.
I would say what I was going to say before I looked it up. Sympathy is being more, for me, how I see it is being more sympathetic of like a situation, and like I have sympathy for what's going on, and then empathy is having an understanding of
there
how
you go.
someone is feeling. And I just wanted to double check before I even.
That's right.
So my thing is like for me growing up, I think I started off being way more empathetic because I felt a lot of people's emotions a lot more. So that's how I always do. I'm kind of like, well, it's not my birthday, so it's his birthday, so I gotta get hyped because he's hyped.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So, wow, we're really going to school here today, guys.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's time for us to take the deep dive of where Robert really loves to live. The treehouse of horrors.
What is that?
Dating. Relationships. All things.
Oh, your profession.
Yes. The real
So
life
you talk.
hitch.
Don't you get tired of it?
I actually really don't.
Oh.
I like being able to do counseling in the morning. I saw that look there. That was
I don't know what that look was.
I don't know.
okay.
You just looked. I looked. You smile when someone looks at you.
I will say for me, I don't think there's like a niche for what I want to do. So that's why I call myself the real life hitch. Is I get up, I can be a couples and marriage counselor, individual therapist, and I can in the AM, or not the AM, the afternoon, I can work on matchmaking, and then the evening work on the dating app, things like that. Because at the end of the day, I just want to see people happy and in love and making safe, intentional decisions. So,
Give this guy an award, eh? An award, eh?
So so I actually really like being able to like come and do the show because like when I have a shit show in the office, I come here and we shoot the shits, and I'm like,
It's like your own therapy.
Yeah.
It's like decompressing.
kind of sorta. I feel like I'm home. Like I'm able to be who I am. Like I'm bridging all the things that is me.
I mean, you love what you do for a living, for example, but here you get to do that, but like specifically how you like to do it.
Yeah.
That's why you love it.
Yeah. So with that being said, because there's a lot of testosterone on the show all the time.
There's a lot of what?
Testosterone.
Oh, testosterone. Got it.
I
He
think
said-
she's-
I thought you
You
said
know,
something
I'm happy
else.
I'm not the only one that corrects him.
I don't know what he said. He said it sounded like saucerone.
no testosterone.
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 That's what I said.
Testosterone.
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 You like testosterone?
Oh, okay. Hey,
It's okay.
testosterone.
That's okay.
I said it.
Now I'm gonna say
Testosterone.
it like you.
No.
I
Okay.
butchered testosterone.
Produce.
Is this every episode we filmed in 2021 or 2021? We've done this. This
Yeah.
is not a running gag.
No.
Anywho,
I want to look it up just to like.
Testosterone.
Testosterone. I just said
There you
it.
go. Now you said it.
I
Good
said
job.
it
Good job. Give
correctly.
him. Good job. Good job.
Leave me
now-
alone.
So there is
I'm
some
protecting my
estrogen.
energy. I'm protecting my energy.
You can't just use that now for just any old thing. Like when you butcher testosterone.
Testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
We have some estrogen here.
Yes.
We have
So-
some feminine energy.
Anywho, I came out of feminine energy.
Everyone has a
So
mixture
that-
of both, by the
Okay.
way.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
didn't, you didn't
No,
slide
it did.
on
I
out?
just
All
that
right.
was more graphic than it needed to be.
Anywho, we have some questions, and I feel like you're going to be able to challenge us, and you're going to, of course.
Okay.
So let's get straight into it.
Okay.
Should guys message girls in the DMs?
Well, DMs, Instagram is basically another form of, a phone number. People are always on it. So when people don't even ask for numbers anymore. They're like, oh, what's your IG? So, I think if you have conversations or if you don't communicate how I don't understand why you wouldn't. How are you going to meet someone if you don't talk to them? So,
Fair enough.
what?
So,
what's
the way-
deal?
Okay,
This
so
is a trick
we
question.
I think we talked about this with Jamal, and him and
Yeah.
I were team like no on the
Yeah.
whole DM. We're talking more like random girls you've never met, you just meet on
just-
IG.
Okay.
And I'm like, if you meet her in person and then you find her IG or she adds you on IG, then yeah, of course. But like the random girl from like California that is just on my Discover page, why would I DM her, for example?
No, I haven't. I
So
don't know.
no guys ever DM'd you like, hey, what's up?
No, I always.
That's cat.
Are you on private?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that okay? So yeah, but yeah, and on DMs, I'm trying to think. Like it's if people say hi, that's pretty standard. I normally don't respond because it's like I don't know you.
The way she said that, I normally don't respond.
This is why I love Desi.
Well, okay, this is a great example of what you can do when you enter someone's,
Yes.
direct message. How about we talk about that? Because
Yeah.
we're solution oriented.
Whoa.
You can maybe share, like something that they're interested in, like with them, or like share a clip, or you can do something that's more thoughtful versus like, hey, how you doing? Meh. Like.
Yeah, like Robert, what would
No,
you
thank
normally
you.
send a girl and you can rate it
Jesus Christ.
on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's contextual.
But yeah, it would be based
Like,
on kind
show-
of getting to know
the
them
cer-
on
the-
a deeper level, even though you don't know much about this person. Maybe like do some extra research to find out about them. Like, oh hey, if you're into, I see you went on vacation here. Here's a good
That's creepy.
place.
I wouldn't
Well,
do that.
I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
it's either you say hi or you do something that. Because the only reason I say that is like, how are you gonna stand out if you're just like, hi, fool, what's
So
up?
you should
Go ahead,
give her the example of the survey that you sent that one girl. And
First
see if
of all,
that would work.
if you're doing like overboard, because overzealous like
Okay.
surveys.
Whoa,
No.
whoa. Well, we ain't about to throw Rob under the bus like
Did you
that.
send someone a survey?
No, here,
I am very
just really
clever.
quick.
Okay.
Obviously not. Did she respond?
Yes, she did.
did?
Yeah,
Oh.
fucking yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Then let me listen.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let me tell
I
you the
gotta hear
story.
this.
Yeah, let me tell you the story. So I ain't gonna out one of my friends, but I only got. Actually, I can't say that. Well, one of my friends was talking one night, and they came across a meme. No, it was a video, and this guy was like, he ran up to these girls. He's like, hey, I'm doing surveys. And the girls, because he looked like he was doing surveys for a job, they opened it up, and it was his contact info. And then it's like, okay, we see you. And then they filled it out, and then they texted him. So we did an experiment. We were like, let's do that too. Now, I did it, and I'm not going to lie.
Wait, explain what you filled out a contacts?
So this is how it goes. So let's just say, I'll use that example.
Okay.
I see you walking down the street, right?
No,
Okay.
but explain how you sent the DM because that's
Oh,
what
okay.
matters.
Okay.
Not like the YouTube video.
Okay, so I'll explain how it's at the end, right?
Okay.
So it's the same thing like walking down the street. So pretty much there's so much context with this.
Just,
Anywho,
just come on, spit it out.
anywho. So there's this chick on Instagram. I'm outing myself. So
You don't get to it.
Because I'm vulnerable right now. Leave me alone.
Okay, you can cut this out if you want.
This is fine, Desi. This is anywho.
You're leaving me in suspense.
Okay, so I went to this chick's DMs.
Okay.
And I said, "Hey, my name is blah, 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 and do you mind helping me out?" And she responded. She's like, "Yeah, I have no problem helping you out."
Well, that's a great. See, do you mind helping me out? That's like enticing.
So that is good.
I mean, because it's not just hi, you know, it's something like, oh, okay, what's up?
Okay, so after I said, "Do you mind helping me out?" Which she responded fairly quickly, might I add, and she saw the handsome face.
This got an award.
I think it did.
Okay.
So I sent her a screenshot of the contacts info of like, actually, that's a lie. I sent a picture of myself because I was like, "Can you rate me for this survey?" And then I sent the contact information for like a phone. Now, let's just say this. This particular chick didn't respond to that.
Okay.
But she responded to me and said like, "Hey, can you help me out?"
Yeah.
But for the sake of my pride and my ego, she did randomly on my birthday hit me up and was like, "Rob," and I don't know this chick from Adam. She's like, "Rob, I want to wish you a very happy birthday." And I don't know where this came from. I said, That's
impressive after she left her on red.
This was from the pits of fiery hell. She was like, "I'm going to bless him on his birthday." I said, this is random. But I would say this. You're right. Context definitely does matter.
Yeah, I think it helps.
But I will also say, and this kind of leads me into an overarching thing, how often do you think chicks give guys an opportunity? Because I feel like
not very often.
Exactly.
I wouldn't. Yeah, not very often.
They don't give good guys, or I should say good guys. They don't give guys an opportunity.
You know, it's almost like, I mean, I'm just speaking from a social platform standpoint, and I'm not very good with that whole thing. So you have to ask, you know, like a veteran, some girl who really knows. But what I see is some girls, they just really want attention, but they don't want it.
Speak on it.
They don't want it from like, you know, this girl might have a boyfriend, and she'll still be on her page like, you know, she's single. But she doesn't want it from just like one source. She wants the apple, she wants the banana, she wants a few kiwis. You know, she wants a variation of attention from different sources. But then when it's like carries on, you know, for longer than it needs to, then it's like, okay, enough with that. And it's kind of, you know, they just make their attention rounds, it feels like. So it feels very, it's like for their own gain.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's like everyone, they're just pawns. So it's not going to become anything. That's one, like, social media scenario. I'm sure they're out there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't even know seriously, if someone else has opinions like that girl doesn't know what she's talking about, maybe I don't. But
you're speaking facts.
I think you're spot on with that.
But that's
because I've had other people tell me that too.
Really?
Other girls tell me that.
Yeah, and I don't know. This is just if I were an outsider and I were looking, and this is people I don't know. These are just you know, you're scrolling. You're scrolling. So you're just picking up data.
Yeah.
And that's the data that I pick up, is that they don't want too much. You know, they're not trying to have a relationship. They just like the attention.
Yep.
And I think that is quite sad.
And dangerous.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. And it's like, you ignorant little biatch. Like, that's what I want to say. You ignorant little biatch. What is wrong with you? Because it's already hard enough for people to build up the courage to ask someone anything. You know, that's vulnerability. It's like, hey, I'm going to reach out to this girl I think is attractive. I'm probably not going to get anywhere, but who, you know, at least I'm trying. And then to, you know, respond, but then drag them along, you know, like a fish out of water, just to throw them back. You know, that's so messed up.
I feel
like you're just dragging it along. The fish is you can't breathe, and you're like, well, I'm gonna throw you back eventually. Don't worry, you won't die, but you're definitely gonna be out of water for some time. Thinking, you know. So I think that was a terrible analogy. Like,
No,
No,
it's far. No, it was.
But I don't know. I think it's really mean, and I think I don't think rejecting people is wrong. But I think you have to reject them in a responsible way.
Yeah.
So be honest and be like, hey, I'm just seeking attention right now, or hey, I'm not interested, or whatever, or hey, I've done that. I've said, hey, I'm not interested in you. I never will be interested in you, and it's because you like me more than I like you, and it will just never. It's unrequited love. I'm sorry, and they still tried.
Yeah.
That they didn't care. You think that stopped them?
Mm-hmm.
But they were they stopped for a time, but then they're just right back up. So,
Yeah.
But then you have other people that
isn't the key.
Persistence eventually bursts pipes, but I am not one for peer pressure, so you're not gonna burst this pipe. But seriously, it's just not gonna happen because I am very specific. I like what I like. That's it. If I don't like you, I don't like you.
Okay.
Oh, okay, gentlemen, you heard it here first. Persistence is not the key. You shoot one shot, Steph Curry, logo level, and if it don't go in,
Go for a layup. Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But so that's one example. I think you just have to be responsible, especially on social media. People can be whoever they want, and a lot of times they're not even good versions of the people that. Like, the version you put on social media isn't even that great of a version. It's like people can see right through you. Authenticity is always felt. And I don't care if they don't know, we know. A brainless, dud will know. A dunce will know and feel something. Like, that's how apparent it is. So there's no authenticity within people, women, men. It's just weird, and it doesn't even seem like people are interested in actually having a union or a relationship. It's like they're just trying to find someone to fill their own selfish voids because they don't know how to love themselves.
Yeah.
boom. Oh my goodness.
Spot on.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. This took a spin. We were spinning.
Oh, did we get off track?
We definitely got off topic.
Oh, well,
That's
bring
totally
us,
fine.
reel us back in. You're directing. You're the director.
Well,
So where do you want this?
we were spinning there because
We were talking about dating. We were talking about binaries.
Yeah. And
Having patience.
and I guess we definitely hit one of the major points we talked about, and maybe we'll wrap things up a little bit, but
You can talk about dating again. I know that's your bread and
we
butter.
got like 3 minutes. We're gonna wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Wrap this thing on up. I can't believe this is longer than the other. Actually, no, the other episode.
The other one's definitely longer.
Yeah. But I would just say, let's end it with this.
Mm-hmm.
If you could give guys any tips to hollering at females, what tip do you think you guys should do the most to?
If you were
Catch
a
the
guy,
fancy.
would you date you?
Ooh.
Seriously.
Yes.
Put yourself in your place.
Put yourself in your own shoes. It's like, would I date me? Make sure you have things that
Handsome.
if you're ugly, make sure that you have some core values, and you have core
Some
things
money.
that you can get around. You have your own vehicle. These are just standard. Now, let me tell you, these are all standards. This isn't I'm aspiring to be this. This is just benchmark. This is what everyone should do and should have. This is consistent. So if you don't have these things, then what are you doing? Having your own vehicle, or, some type of transportation to get around. Being self-sufficient, really. This is all self-sufficiency. Making sure that you can pay for yourself, and potentially want to pay for another person if it comes to that. You don't have any weird skeletons in your closets, like some unknown baby, or you don't have any loose ends. Your cords are cut.
A couple.
Yeah. Make sure, and this is very simple. Make sure you freaking wash your ass. Like, clean yourself. Sometimes, I don't know, don't wear the same jeans your favorite jeans that you always like to wear. Like, wash them. Wash your body. Clean your ears. Clean your ears. And clean your house. Like, some people's house, like, they don't even have they just have a box spring, or they just have an air mattress, or why is your bed on the ground? Like, be an adult. Seriously, but these are just basic things. And people think that you're aspiring to be that. No, these are just standard procedure things that everyone as an adult should be and do, because it's called being a good human being. Like, some people are really dirty. Like, seriously, you go in their bathroom, you look under their toilet seat, and it's just dust and dirt and grime. So imagine what's behind their ears. So, no, so all that first. And then, be whoever you want as far as personality, because there's so many because everyone's going to like you for you. If you wear it with confidence, wear whoever you are with confidence. But those other things, those are non-negotiables. You got to have that. You got to have that, because if you can't really look at yourself and be like, would I date me? Then the broads aren't going to date you out here. Not even the broads that don't have shit. Not even they want billionaires.
Ooh.
They even want 6-figure dudes. So,
Well, I'll just say this.
Anyway.
To end the show.
Sorry about that. But
No, hey, get it off your chest.
personality comes last, like, you can be whoever you want to be. Somebody will love you.
Well, me and Gosh, we sure have that. And you know how many, I was going to say bitches. You know how many women we have?
Zero? Do
0.
you have all those things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you missing? This will be
A blue check mark.
this will be after hours edition.
This has been the Flame Okay.
It's like we're running out of footage.
We're spinning.
Running out of stories.
We're
No,
spinning.
why don't you guys have women? Or I'm just asking, why do you think you don't?
I'm good right now. I like being single.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Strictly, no.
By
I like-
choice. Okay.
For me, thank you, Gosh.
Yeah, I got you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, if you have all these things.
I have all these things. I would say for me personally, I do have all these things. It's
Non-negotiables.
I've definitely washed behind my ears.
My ass.
My ass.
Wash your booty.
I get. Anywho, I would say I don't know. I would say me personally, the breed of females I've currently been dealing with, are interesting females, and
In Portland?
yes.
The women in Portland don't know what they want. They're like straddling a fence.
Yeah.
And the men in Portland,
Are losers.
yes, but they don't appear to be. They seem like they're more than they are, but they're
Yeah.
not. And then the women, they don't really know exactly what they want, because they're still trying to find themselves. So, 1 minute they can be like, oh my God, I really like him. I'm infatuated.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's 20 years older than me. Oh my God, he doesn't have a job, or, they find all these other things. So then they start reeling it back in and using their logic, but it's way after the fact. Or it's like, oh, actually, you know what? He's kind of weird. Or, oh, I heard from so-and-so. So they're just straddling a fence. They don't know who they are. They don't know how they bring value. It's like women in Portland is like the story of Adam and Eve. They're like Eve. Eve's just
Eating the apple.
starting out. She's just starting loving, and she's still young, and it's like puppy love. And, it sounds appealing to have a long-term relationship, but you're not there yet. And so I think people are going through like a mental, in Portland, because Portland is also, it's like a big town. It's like a big town. It's a city, but it's like a little city, and it has a town feel. So everyone in Portland and Oregon, we're like in this weird bubble, and everyone wants to be more than what they are, but really we're not.
Need a reality check.
Yeah, we need to be slapped with the reality stick real good,
Mm-hmm.
real hard, and people just don't know what they want.
Wow, that will be a clip.
That's phenomenal, actually.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. That was actually phenomenal. This
So
is
good luck out there in Portland.
Yeah, these women are.
Are you single?
Of course.
And why are you single?
I just got a relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I haven't been single I'm normally not single.
Mm-hmm.
So, I probably won't be single for long, honestly. I get scooped up quite easily. But I'm good. Yeah, I do. I try to be single. I really do.
I'm really trying to be single too. I guess.
try. It's not,
It's
I
clearly
don't
not
go
working.
looking for it. It just finds me. But this time I'm going to go looking, because when you look for something, you'll find what you want.
No, you don't.
I think you'll find it when you don't look. That's what I found.
I always do. I never look. People are like, how do you date? I'm like, I don't even have any dating apps. I don't even respond to people's DMs. I don't really do anything but mind my own stinking business. And relationships, they're always long term. I never date I've never gone through like a series of dating. I don't even know what that's
It's always just like a hook, line, sinker.
Yeah, I hook 'em. If you date me, good luck.
Good luck for next
Good luck
3 years.
leaving my ass. I like to see you try. In my head, I don't actually say that. Obviously, that'd be weird. But as soon as someone gotcha, bitch, Dave Chappelle.
There you go.
No, I don't know, but that's usually what happens for me. I can't speak for everyone, but I just don't like the idea of dating. It takes a lot of energy. You got to go on dates here. You got to do this. You got to dress up. You got to meet someone, and
really quick.
It's exhausting.
All right, we got 1 minute and we're gonna end. I will say this:
What?
Who pays on the first date, guy or girl?
I'm more of a Dutch kind of gal, so like we can.
What does that mean?
So if
You don't know what Dutch is? Oh,
so
half
I
and half.
pay half and half. You can pay for sure. I like to be treated like a princess or a queen or an empress, whatever you want to call it. I think it's wonderful. But if you do, don't worry. I got your back next time. It's not like you're just gonna keep paying. It's just if you do, don't worry. Your girl has pesos. She'll come correct. But I think I like traditions. I like certain things. I like certain conventions. I think it feels good. And paying for someone, it's like that's why they buy you drink. They're expecting someone. When you don't shell out, the guy's like, God damn it, bought that for nothing. Because it's an exchange. So if you accept a drink, then you owe him some ass.
Wow.
Or something, or a kiss, or a hug. You owe him something. That's just no guy's buying you a drink because they're just a nice human being.
I've never gotten any of that from buying a drink for a girl.
Exactly, but see, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the exchange. That's how it works. I give you this. I'm exchanging this for that. Come on, man. Everyone knows it.
Very true. I really wish I could speak on this, but she's actually telling the truth. A lot of guys think there's a lot of exchange. I don't. If I buy you a drink, I'm buying you a drink, and it is what it is. But
why are you buying? Are you buying these ugly bitches out here drinks?
Hell fucking no.
Well, there you go.
You damn right. Ain't buying no.
Yeah. So it's an exchange.
But the exchange is, I'm not expecting, even if she's a baddie, I'm not expecting her to do anything. I hope that this happens. There's a difference, expectation and hope.
Yeah.
But
it used to be expected, but then we
because I'm not an asshole.
We're not living in prehistoric times.
Anyway, this has been the Play No Games podcast. We are here.
Yeah.
Desi, you have taken the longest episode.
No apologies, unapologetic.
No apologies.
There you go.
You needed to hear it.
All facts, no feelings.
Get it though. You probably wonder if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.